Okay, today with us we have Virginia Lampropoulou from Demokritos, and together we will discuss about the post-quantum enabled blockchain PQReact pilot. So, hello Virginia.
Hello, Marva. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you very much also for being here with us, and let's start with our first question. So, blockchain and distributed ledgers are already used to build trust between organizations. But what makes them vulnerable in a post-quantum world, and why does that matter for network providers?
Distributed ledger has become really useful for getting organizations that don't fully trust each other to coordinate, sharing records, settling transactions, agreeing on a single version of the truth without anyone knowing the system. Network operators have started learning on them for things like roaming settlement, federated identity, and increasingly to coordinate network slices across multiple providers. The catch is that the whole security model rests on classical cryptography, elliptic curve, digital signature, public key infrastructure, the math we have trusted for 30 years. And once a sufficiently powerful quantum computer arrives, algorithms like source algorithm break the cryptography wide open. Signatures on the ledger could be forged, identities impersonated, and historical records repudiated after the facts. For network providers, that's especially serious for two reasons. First, the data is committing to a ledger, has a very long shelf life. And second, there is the harvest now, decrypt later problem. As well, research adversary can quietly record signed transactions and decrypt traffic today, sit on them, and crack them open the moment that the harbor crashed up. For even through the quantum thread feels future tense, the exposed starts now.
Okay, so what is the main challenge that this pilot is tackling?
In one sentence, making the trust infrastructure, the bit that sits between network providers, durable enough to serve the transaction to quantum computing, and doing it without breaking the performance and interoperability that those networks depend on today.
Okay, thank you very much, and let's move now to the solution. Can you please give us a few details about how this pilot will be tested?
We are running it in a controlled multi-operators testbed that mirrors how slice orchestration actually works in production. What we change is the cryptographic layer underneath. We swap the classical signature schemes for the post-quantum algorithms that have just been standardized by NIST. And we also test hybrid setup that combine a classical and post-quantum signatures in the same transaction. Then we measure how does it perform under load, how big are the signatures, how does it behave when operators with different cryptographic stacks have to interpolate.
And how will the pilot help solve the challenges you described earlier?
By providing end-to-end, that you can take a working DLT-based coordination layer and making it quantum resistant without tearing it down. We are showing that the ledger keeps providing verifiable, temp-evident records even against an adversary that has a quantum computer.
Okay, and which solution will be generated through this pilot implementation?
A few concrete outputs: a reference architecture for a quantum-safe distributed ledger in the telecom settings, something other operators can pick up and adapt, a set of performance benchmarks so the industry has honest numbers on what PQC actually costs on these contents, a migration playbook converting hybrid deployment, key life cycles, and cross-operator coordination, and open contributions back to the standards bodies and open source projects because no single operator can solve this alone.
Okay, thank you very much. And now let's move to the real-world impact. Network slicing is a concept that many people haven't heard of, but it underpins a lot of how modern connectivity works. How does making it quantum safe translate into something tangible for business or even everyday users?
Network slicing is basically the idea that one physical network can behave like many logical networks running side by side. One side might carry emergency services with guaranteed latency. Another might run a factory floor with thousands of sensors. Another might handle ordinary mobile traffic. Each slice has its own performance profile and its own contract. What makes them work are the credentials and agreements behind the things. Quantum safe means those credentials and agreements stay trustworthy for the lifetime of the service. Made tangible. A hospital signing a 10-year contract for a dedicated slice supporting remote surgery today needs to know that contact can't be forged or repudiated in 2034. For the everyday user, it's about our bank season, our health data, our connect card continuing to be authorized by something. An attacker can't quietly impersonate 5 years from now.
Okay, and beyond network providers, which other sectors that rely on distributed ledgers could benefit from what this pilot is demonstrating?
Quite a lot, actually. Financial services is the obvious one. Settlement system, interbank messaging, central bank digital currencies all use the same kind of cryptography. Supply chains and trade finance, where shipments and provenance are tracked across many parties. Energy grid, particularly as they get more distributed and started trading between consumers. Healthcare records exchange. Government's identity and digital credentials with the European Union Digital Identity Wallet is a clear example. And anything in the world of IoT and digital product passport, where devices sign data over very long lifetime. The lessons about hybrid migration, key governance, and performance trade-offs translate almost directly.
Okay, perfect, thank you very much. And let's finish our discussion with a short reflection. What has this pilot taught you? Something like key takeaways, and where do you see the sector heading in the years to come?
3 things stand out. First, post-quantum migration is not a library swap. It touches identity, key management, governance, message size, even how blogs are propagated. Anyone who treats it as a drop-in replacement is going to be unpleasantly surprised. Second, the performance overhead is real but manageable, especially with sensible engineering and hybrid schemes. So the excuse of "it's too slow" doesn't hold up anymore. And third, the genuinely hard problem is coordination, not the cryptography. Getting multiple operators, vendors, and regulators to agree on algorithms, timelines, and fallback behavior is where most of the energy actually goes.
Okay, thank you very much, Virginia, for today, and we hope to have you in one of our upcoming episodes for Picking X to continue our discussion about the post-quantum transition. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marva.